try this trick to create better arpeggios in Serum 2. I love Serum 2's clip view because it's just, it's just filled with so many goodies. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up this preset right here called Avalon 1. I think it sounds really great. Let's go ahead and play it back so you can hear it. Now let's go ahead and do some sound designing to it. I'm actually going to be using a granular sample this time, and let's go to plucked and let's try out this one. So obviously it's quite quiet. So one of the things that I would do in this situation is come over to the compressor, switch it over to multi-band mode, and just crank this up. Already we're getting something really interesting. And I'll be honest, I've never really heard a sound like that personally, so I'm already excited. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch the pattern because, I don't want to use the preset that everyone else is going to be using, right? So let's go ahead and switch it over to pendulum mode, and let's see what that sounds like. Let's switch the length because I want this to be a little bit shorter. It sounds pretty interesting so far. Now, one of the things that we can do is we can actually play around with some of the settings within the granular oscillator. So before I do that, though, I do want to send this envelope 2 over to my filter so I can kind of control a little bit just sort of like the punchiness and the general sound of it. Now I'm going to play around with some of these settings over here, so bear with me so I can just kind of see what we can get away with. So we're almost getting like a brassy style type of sound, and I think it could really benefit from delay. So I'm going to go ahead and load one of these in here. I'm going to try a preset that I haven't tried before. So let's see what this one sounds like, this dotted eighth. Now I'm going to add in a little equalizer just to kind of accentuate the highs on this because I think it's a bit muddy on the mid-range. And I'm also going to cut out some of this, mud frequency right at around 200 hertz just to kind of, let the rest of this other part shine. And I think I'm going to add one more compressor on top of it just to kind of gain stage it a little bit more and really just try to go crazy with the sound design on it. I might actually add one more EQ. And I'm going to cut out the lows so that it's nice and clean. It doesn't have too much. One thing I can do as well is add in another oscillator. So let's try something from the multi-sampler and just play around and see what that sounds like. Let's actually bring both of these down just a tad so that we don't blow our ears out. And you know what? I am actually really loving this sound. I might just have to keep it for myself, so I'm sorry. But that is one way that you can create some really interesting arpeggios in Serum 2. I hope you enjoyed this video and be sure to watch the next one.